Hello, everybody. Hey, we're over here at the I Hate Dogs YouTube channel, and I want to show you this video made by I Hate Dogs. So, I Hate Dogs, in his almost all of his videos, he points out something that's very important to understand. He says that the people who are rough handling their dogs, like the manly dudes that don't let their dogs get away with little habits around the house, I Hate Dogs, in all of his videos, he really points out that those are the people that are not getting attacked. And it's very important to understand that for another concept that I want to introduce to the dog culture critics about the left and right brain. So the the right brain of the dog is the wide perspective, the wide focus. And in our modern dog worshiping culture, we don't access that part of the dog's brain unless we give the dog negative reinforcement.
One of those people who believes that, oh, as long as you're loving and sweet and kind to the mutts, they'll be.
Yeah. So this lady, she's laid up in the hospital right now, like 1 foot in the grave, in very bad condition. But she has fed these dogs, fed them, fed them, fed them. She's part of a I Love Dogs organization, a tax shelter organization that the taxpayers pay for. Um, but people think that if they give dogs more and more resources, that somehow the dog is going to understand that you love them because you let them in the bed, because you gave them food and food and food, and you let them come in the restaurant, you let them go in the hospital, you drove them in your high dollar car. Dogs don't understand that. All that effort is just feeding the left brain of the dog the resource, 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 give me what I want. And you're creating an addicted dog, a dog that needs constant spoiling, constant access to resources. Out in nature, this would never happen. A dog would have negative reinforcement. When a dog screwed up and ate too much food, bit the wrong person or other animal out in nature, the dog would get some pretty painful negative reinforcement, and the dog would learn boundaries. The dog would learn to not attack others, because if the dog attacked, like for instance, if the dog attacked like some bobcat or cougar or coyotes, the larger cougar, bobcat, coyotes would thrash that dog, chase that dog, and bite the hell out of that dog. But humans, we don't do that. As humans, we allow the dog up in our freaking home, and we allow that dog to eat all our food, bite all our toddlers, kill our grandmothers, bite our freaking mailmen, etc., etc.
Oh, that's just a fact. The big burly men who are out here slapping their dogs around using aggression, they don't pop up in the news as often.
Yes, exactly. There are people out there that own these big cane corsos, these pit bulls, these big huskies, these dogs that are killing teenage girls, toddlers, and everyone else. There are owners of those dogs, and they hide away from you people in your smartphones because you try to call them dog abusers. Actually, they are treating the dogs the way that they want to be treated. Those people with those cane corsos and those pit bulls and other aggressive dogs, those owners, those are the guys that when their pit bull comes into the living room and they're sitting with their woman, they will stand up and they will look at that pit bull and they will tell that pit bull, "Get your freaking ass away from me. This is my time." And the pit bull learns that. The pit bull does not rush up into the environment. Those are the guys that when they pick up their little baby out of the crib and two huskies run up and try to lick and nip and take the food away from that baby, those are the guys that have steel toe boots, and they give those dogs a freaking kick in the ribs and the dog hurts for like 0.02 seconds, and the dog runs off, and the dog learns that that's not for me. And if a dog lived in nature, the dog would actually have it a million times worse. So I just wanted to share this thing that I Hate Dogs talks about in all his videos. I know a lot of people watch I Hate Dogs, and this is true. This is a very important thing to understand, and I'm going to expand on this in my following videos because we are actually doing dogs wrong by not giving them this negative reinforcement. Like he talks about with the quote unquote big burly men that are not getting killed by their dogs, and it's these pushover dog worshippers that are getting killed along with their toddlers and their friends. Um, it's just a very important thing to understand because the dog brain has a left brain and a right brain, and so do humans. The left brain of the dog is the one that responds to all this spoiling like these people do. There is no ability for the dog to utilize its bottom up control that it can develop from getting negative reinforcement from its environment. If you are a dog and you run up on a human and start begging for food, um, you should get some negative reinforcement. You should get a swat on the nose, a kick in the ribs, get back. Wait till I give you the food. Don't jump up on me, knock me on my face, and start chewing my freaking femoral artery out of me. But we don't give dogs that, so that part of their brain never develops.
Played in the most recent live stream. Go, the pit bulls are sweet. They're sweet creatures.
Yeah, that's how they promote pit bulls. They say that they're sweet. Well, pit bulls are actually bred to mimic and mock their environment so they can get resources. Probably some pigs and horses and cattle and other animals that saw a pit bull just casually walking underneath of them, they might have thought, "Hey, oh, that's sweet, another animal." Yeah, until a freaking artery was severed by the dog's jaw. These dogs are designed to mimic and mock the behaviors of their humans. And then people say, "Oh my god, that's sweet." No, it's not sweet. What it is deceptive. And you're so pumped full of these hormones, these female mommy hormones, that you think something that's being deceptive towards you is sweet. So the wages of this dog love, it's just like I Hate Dog said, this is the wages. The people that are rough handling their dogs, they're not laying in bed um, a few hours from possible death. And neither are their toddlers or their friends. But the people that treat dogs with constant positive reinforcement, no negative reinforcement, they're setting themselves up for failure. Because you have to feed a dog more and more and more and more to keep it away from you. The dog doesn't understand. This lady right here has been bringing food to dogs for years. But all it takes is for those dogs to laser focus on you and think that maybe you are consuming their resources. Maybe you gave more food to another dog, and the dog wants the narrow focus, give me the resource. So, in the dog's brain, killing this lady is going to give them more resources. They don't have that wide perspective, and they never will as long as we keep doing the things that we're doing. If this line of reasoning makes some sense to you, check out the description. I'm going to put this video down there. This explains how the left brain and right brain of an animal do two different functions, but they also work in concert. But the way that we treat dogs in modern society, it's left brain only. We just allow them to get resources without using the right brain to have this wide perspective of what happens when you take too many resources. Do the people that you take resources from Do they give you repercussions? For dogs, no. So dogs never learn that killing, biting, maiming, humping little children, knocking kids face first into the concrete, dogs never learn that. And they can actually learn that to some degree, but our modern dog culture does not do that. So check out 350 in on this video with this bird. This is a perfect example of all of this. The bird, when it needs food, it's narrow focused, it's pecking the guts out of a grasshopper or a worm. But the bird also, there is a point when the bird needs to just like chill and get away from everybody and not put itself in danger and not put other people in danger or other birds in danger. But dogs never do that. Dogs never have an environment for that. As humans that spoil and worship dogs, we take that away from dogs. And the result is that dogs kill us, maim us, and suck our resources all the way to the point that either the dog is dead or that we are dead.